Hi everybody, welcome back to another Kurbingui and Youth Family Development podcast. Today we have a really exciting guest on. I've been really looking forward to speaking with Theresa Mace. Now Theresa Mace is a Specialist Family Support Practitioner and the cultural support for Act for Kids. So I'd like to really welcome Theresa Mace. Thank you, Theresa, for coming on today.
Thank you, Michelle. I'm looking forward to this myself, dear.
Theresa, seeing you're my guest, would you mind doing the acknowledgement today?
No problem, my dear, be my honour.
Thank you.
I'd like to acknowledge the Turrbal and Jagera people, traditional owners of the land that we are recording this on and that we live on. Pay respects to the elders, past, present, and those that are emerging. And also recognise my own country, the Koa Nation, and hope that these spirits are watching over us and keeping us safe during this time. Thank you.
Thank you. That was amazing. Theresa, Act for Kids is a really big organisation and it does some amazing things. I thought I'd jump on previously and have a bit of a look as well and see what you guys actually do. And from, some of the services of therapy, family intervention, education, residential, there's also fundraising and my gosh, you guys do a lot within the community and it's so broad. Can you tell me a little bit about your position?
Yeah, it's an amazing organisation. I'm feeling very fortunate to have a position here. I've been with the Brisbane North Intensive Family Support since 2016, I believe, when it first came out as a result of the Carmody inquiry. Act for Kids was actually established in 1988 as the Abused Child Trust. It's a for-purpose enterprise that provides free evidence-based therapy and support, as you said, essentially to prevent and treat child abuse and neglect within Australia. I really affiliate with this organisation because of the value-based mission. So the purpose is to prevent and treat child maltreatment, abuse and neglect. As an Aboriginal woman, that's at the heart of my soul. The vision is for all kids to have a safe and happy childhood, free from abuse and neglect. Bang, again, essential. And the values, are professional and ethical, caring and courageous, and most importantly, collaborative, because we all know families don't live in isolation. Yeah, so Act for Kids, we know every day, I think stats are saying we're up to 130 kids suffer from abuse or neglect in Australia, right? So in 2018-2019, there were 451,184 reports made to child protection authorities throughout Australia. So Act for Kids has responded to that. Services, as you mentioned, we've expanded to include integrated therapy and support for vulnerable families, workshops, empowerments, and the safe houses up in the remote. There are 28 centres up and down the east coast of Australia with more than 400 staff from Adelaide all the way to Cape York Peninsula. And here we go, 30% of the workforce are Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander. And I really love that. Yeah. So IFS, as I said, can't stop me whenever you want.
Okay, you're doing wonderful, yeah.
IFS came out of the Intensive Family Support, came out of the Carmody inquiry. So it's in the early intervention space and it's for the very high, complex, vulnerable families that are out there. We deliver, it's an outreach base, case management. We work with the families. We're not the professionals coming in. We hear this a lot. But this is actually how we work. The processes that have been developed to give the family the lead in the whole process. So the criteria, as I said, is multiple and complex, like housing, mental health, drug and alcohol, domestic violence, parenting, unemployment, even right down to the parental impact of childhood trauma. So these are the complexities that are within these families that as individual workers we have to support and help them locate and connect with services that are going to be there for long term. But the big part of this work is actually encouraging people to reach into their inner strengths, to know that it's okay to ask for help. Child protection, especially with Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander families, has been a very scary sort of issue. And it's always going to be there until the system can prove that it is supporting these families. So we're in another phase since the Mason Jet Li case.
Yeah.
So my role as family support practitioner is wonderful. We get to work within families. We get to become almost a part of their family. We use, especially myself, use very creative and flexible activities, processes, just to help parents realise what they can achieve, to give them hope, to really work from a strength base. Yeah, I'm just rattling now, but...
So if anybody needed to have some support, say they were having some problems over, especially with this time with COVID, and they're now coming out the other side of COVID and they're wanting to get some support from you guys, do they need to go through any other referral systems, or can they come straight to you guys?
Well, that's an interesting question, because from that Carmody response, there has been an additional layer as well that's been created. It's the Family and Child Connect service.
Yeah.
So essentially, if a family starts to go, really need some help, I would really like to make some changes so that this family functions so much better. Okay, so depending on the level of need, the Family and Child Connect service can speak with the family, work with the family for a short period of time to identify if there are individual services, to identify what level of service need there is. From there, they can be connected directly into support services, or should the needs be within that realm of higher complexity, then the Family and Child Connect can make a referral up to the IFS, or the family themselves can make a call directly to the intake worker, who will, go through the criteria, have a chat, and essentially, make an assessment there whether we go through allocation or it could be a different service. And then there's also the online access through the online reporting of harm through the Department of Children, Women's, Youth Services.
So they can also just refer themselves?
Yep, self-referral, community referrals, professional referrals. It's about keeping children safe, so wherever they come from, doesn't matter.
That's unbelievable. That's fantastic that they're able to do this and get the support that's tailored for them and about them.
Yeah, definitely an open door policy. Even if they don't fit our criteria, they are also supported to find the right connection.
Yeah.
So again, it comes back to that traditional way for me of connection.
Yeah. And for those that don't know, I just thought I'd mention Tim Carmody was a QC. He was the leadership of the inquiry for the child protection system. Just in case anyone was wondering what the Carmody inquiry was, so it was a commission that was talking about a roadmap for child protection, basically. So if anyone wanted to look up our Honourable Tim Carmody, they're quite welcome. But that's who we're relating to. Would that be correct? Was I right?
Beautiful research there, my love.
So so it was really interesting report, and a lot of things came out of it that so we can reduce the number of children and young people in the child protection system and improving and taking responsibility, hence what the Carmody report is. Also, Theresa, you've got some great things that have been coming out. You guys have been really supporting the National Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Day on the 4th of August. So could you tell me a little bit about that and what you guys have been doing in relation to that? Because I know that we've had a lot of support from you guys for everybody to back it and get involved.
Yeah, so I guess when I started with Act for Kids, it was in the Brisbane North Intensive Family Support Service. So it's a mainstream service within a fairly densely populated Indigenous area. National Indigenous Child Care Day, Children's Day has always been a target for me because, again, it goes back to the essence of family, the children, the sharing of love, the sharing of knowledge, laughter, that sort of deal. So when I moved over to this area, we also started talking about a RAP, Reconciliation Action Plan. Act for Kids itself didn't have one at all. So I guess I came at the right time that the RAP was being discussed and starting to be developed. So National Aboriginal Islander Children's Day, we have done 2 events in collaboration with the Zilmia Community Centre and Kurbingui, and also Kinship and Foster Care have been collaborators as well. As I said, it's a very important time for families to remember the children, to remember we are families. So this year, unfortunately, because of the COVID, there isn't the ability to have an event. So SNAKE, the Secretariat, or they've got a new name now, sorry, but they have put up a children's website for people to submit videos and activities and artwork from the children promoting how they will be the next leaders. So the theme this year is We Are the Next Leaders, Hear Our Voice. So we don't have a lot of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander families here, but I've joined with some non-Indigenous families who are supporters of the process, and we will be putting up some videos online to the website.
Yeah.
So also with that, we'll be looking for collaborators for next year, please.
That's fantastic. I'd really love to see anybody that's listening today. So it is on the 4th of August, and remembering that we are the elders of tomorrow, hear our voice. So I will be putting up the link at the end of this podcast for people to follow, where they can upload their video and support the cause, which everyone should get behind. And thank you for letting us know about this, Theresa, because it's something that we should all get behind.
Our program, the Intensive Family Support, we respectfully don't put on an event for NAIDOC Week. We attend events for NAIDOC Week. So for us, the Children's Day is our big celebration for families.
Also, the other thing is I'm wanting to mention that we do have an announcement. The annual QCPW, which is the Queensland Child Protection Week, have announced their dinner. But due to COVID, the dinner won't be going ahead, but they would like to invite you to host an event with your colleagues to celebrate the Child Protection Week. And you can do this whether it's a lunch, a morning tea, a dinner, or even an after work catch up. But if you're doing this, it'd be great to send all of these happy snaps to the QCPW Facebook page. It's at Queensland Child Protection Week, and Twitter at child_week. And don't forget to hashtag your posts when you do that at hashtag Queensland Child Protection Week or hashtag Catching Up for Queensland Kids. Now, this is another great course, and I know that you've got something organised as well, haven't you, Theresa, with Act for Kids?
Yes, one of our workers was successful in getting a grant for the Child Protection Week. So we're going to hold an event this year. So hopefully we won't have a second wave of COVID and we'll be able to do this. So yes, we're going to be calling out for collaborations. We've got some great ideas. We're going to make it as socially distancing friendly as possible, but still have a great time. So yeah, if anyone is wanting to jump on board or, you know, throw something into the ring for us, we'd appreciate that. And that way we're also building a community. We're building the connections.
That's fantastic. So if anyone's listening right now and they want to contact Theresa, get involved in this amazing event, remember to put your little happy snaps up. Theresa, how would they be able to contact you for any of the amazing work that you do, also the events that are coming up?
And they can contact the office on 3084 6600. Probably the easiest way, considering how full on our techno's going.
Yeah. And how have you been through COVID?
I was pretty good. Again, our organisation and this program is very supportive of our self-care. I was actually able to continue to work in the office longer than most people were. Unfortunately, because of my extended vulnerability of being a deadly black woman, it took me a little bit longer to be able to go back out and see my clients. Yeah, it's just been great to be back, to see them, to challenge them as well. That's it.
Well, Theresa, I want to thank you for coming on today and taking the time to talk to everybody about what Act for Kid does, about what you do, and the wonderful events that are coming up at the moment. Please, everybody, try and get behind the National Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Children's Day on the 4th of August. And from the 6th to the 16th of September, we're looking at the annual QCPW event. So they're doing something at Act for Kids. So honestly, get involved, get in contact and do something good in the community. And everyone's looking forward to all those lovely photos. So I just want to thank everyone today. Thank you so much, Theresa. You were wonderful. So great learning about everything and what you guys do. Thank you for coming on.
No worries. Can I just plug the Brisbane North Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Murray Network, please?
Absolutely. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
All right, so that's also part of my connection journey. Brisbane North has a lot of families and a lot of good services around. So I'm trying to connect the services to the families. So what we're doing is currently using the Teams format to meet as a community, to share networks. If anyone's aware of the Moreton Bay network run by Sid Doyle, very similar, but for the northern area. So please, even if you just drop us a line to let us know that you exist and what you do, it gives opportunity for our families to link quicker and to great services.
Absolutely. And I know I am a part of this in my program, and I think it is so beneficial. So if there are other organisations within the Northside community, I highly recommend it, because it's a good way of letting everybody know what's out there, and then we're a lot more connected and meshed in together as well, to just know the availabilities of everything that is currently at our fingertips, but we might not know, or we just forget. So it's a great thing. And so they can just contact you in relation to
same number. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you once again. And honestly, I really appreciate you attending today.
I wish we had longer so we could really get into the fun stories, but next time.
Next time.
You're doing a great job.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in today. Just remember, tune in, and looking forward to catching up next week. Thank you. Bye.